Well, we'll certainly take that to heart and also completely ignore it because, like I said, I'm a bit of a loot goblin. So surveillance cameras, they work exactly the same as you remember them in MGS1. So you can just swoosh on by, and we get chaff grenades as well. And we get ration. And here's what was blocking us. So we've got a couple options here. We could go up the stairs. Hold on a minute. That's a little odd. Why would that be in Russian already? Did they like plaster it there? Like they took over and they just brought their own signage? And it's a very practical thing to do. But, I don't know, little odd. Let's go back down here. No, can't go in that door. But we can go in here to the Deck A Cruise Lounge, which I quite like this room. Like I said, Shadow Moses was very cold and isolated. This setting
Freeze.
is a little more familiar, a little more comfortable, I guess you could say. You know, we've got some bamboo plants here. Looks like bamboo plants to me. And, oh my god, look at that. Leaves fall off. They have physics. So this room is a little infamous because, I mean, for one, it actually looks really nice. But for two, it has a lot going on. A lot of details. You can shoot the glass. Makes bullet holes and they persist. Oh! And then eventually it breaks, which is pretty cool. We've also got a lot of reading material here. Let's take a peek. Jason. Another copy of Jason. Mount Fuji. Sports! There's a dog, but most importantly, there's, hey. You know you're straight if you read Straight magazine. That's why there's a picture of a shirtless man. Nothing says straight like shirtless men. You can also shoot these magazines. Again, this room's very infamous nowadays because at the time, this was all super, super impressive. Oh, well, if reading's not your thing, they've got a television too. Looks like they've got the 24-hour mechanical legs channel going. I hate that channel. But the real thing, the real meat and potatoes of this room is the bar here. So as you might imagine, you can shoot the bottles. I believe you could punch the bottles, but oh yeah, something I didn't show yet. Snake's got a new kick, which he can use to kick all of these things. This, again, is something you might recognize if you've played Super Smash Bros. He only has that kick in this game and Twin Snakes. But here's the real infamous thing. This was the most impressive thing ever, and a lot of people feel like it also ruined video games. You shoot over this ice, and if you really watch what's going on, ice that's closer to each other stays bigger, but ice that's further, like these ones on the floor, yeah, that's glass over there, but those are ice cubes that are rapidly melting. There's a whole algorithm in place just for this. And this was really cool at the time, but it kind of did irreparable damage to video games because it created this expectation, again, not so much from the players, but from developers that were like, oh man, we need to do this. Stun grenade. All sorts of weapons for me here. That's very nice. Let's go through here to the starboard cruise quarters. By the way, we can peek around corners, and we can also shoot around corners now. It's a little awkward, however, because the only way to return to cover is to fire, so be aware of that. But you can just whoop, pop your head out and pop it back. Some lockers. Plenty of goodies for us. Oh, hey. Ah. Well, let's get in a locker without a pretty lady. I keep pressing the wrong buttons because I'm not used to this. On a PlayStation 4.
This reminds me of when we first met.
I was the one inside the locker that time. We're equal now, huh?
Not unless I wet my pants.
That's a low blow, Snake.
Yep, little callback to that. This stuff was funny, was a funny little novelty. Now it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Yeah, now they want you to spend dollars on hardware for the thing you won't watch happen. Yeah, again, it was very cool at the time, but nowadays, we don't look back at it so fondly, I feel, because, you know, hindsight is 2020 and all that. Another ration? We got some soap! Liquid soap. I prefer solid soap. Anyway, let's get in a locker with a pretty lady. Because if you press the R1 button... Yeah. Very slow, because there's no pressure sensitivity. Oh! Kissing booth. Well, let's see what Otacon has to say about this.
You can also hide enemies you
Yeah, we
knocked
know.
out in the locker.
But what about
Just
the lady?
Open the locker, then drag the body to the locker.
Okay, what about the lady, though?
You can also hide.
Okay.
If you open the locker, you can use the door as a cover during an exchange of gunfire. But, of course, this is a pretty flimsy door. There are limits to how many bullets it can withstand. Don't count on it too much, okay?
Otacon, do you not see this beautiful woman?
If you open the lock...
Let's, maybe he doesn't like that lady. I think she's pretty cute. I don't know. Are you more into, this lady over here? Huh? She's pretty cute, too. Let's just zoom in. Alright.
Push the action button once more to get... You can also hide... If you open the lock... If you open the... You can also...
Why is he stuck in a loop? Why is he stuck in a loop?
If you open the...
Why is he stuck in a loop?
If you open...
Otacon, why are you stuck in a loop? You're supposed to... A funny thing is supposed to happen. And the funny thing's not happening, Otacon. Let's try this again.
You can also hide...
Alright, well... Trust me, there's supposed to be a funny thing, but it's not happening. So instead, let's just deal with this guy. Hey.
Freeze.
Are you going to shoot me?
Yeah, I might.
If you're going to do it, then do it.
Okay, so this is a tough boy. And he's a bit of a pain in the ass. We gotta rough him up a bit.
Are you going to shoot me?
You know what? I will. I'll deal with you later. Let's just stick him in the locker. Look at that butt also. Look at him working those glutes. Yeah, ice melting, cute Easter egg. Spending crunch time on real horseball shrinking. Yeah, not so cute anymore. Okay, Otacon, I put someone in a locker.
You can also hide enemies you've knocked out in the locker. Just open the locker.
All right, so you're supposed to get a codec call. Unless I'm just supposed to look at the lady. Am I just supposed to look at the lady?
See those lockers? That's a good place to...
He really just wants to tutorialize me on the lockers. Well, let's back up a bit. At the very least, you know, I don't want that picture of that weird old man. No.
Good.
Ah, Snake has something to say. He likes it. Alright, well, let's try to open this up, and... Oh. Alright, let's just put that back. Let's not worry about it. Well, we've gone most everywhere we can. Except for up those stairs. This guy has woken up. Oh, he's got a buddy now. We'll just... Oh. Yep. Whoop. Alright. Let's just go on up. We don't need to bother them anymore. Where's Metal Gear Snap? As in, like, Pokemon Snap? Well. You know, I thought these guys,
Freeze.
stayed out for longer, but I guess they wake up if you get too many rooms away. Whoop, let's just go down here. There are some bonus modes with the camera that I'll take a look at. But yeah, there's a little bit of Pokemon Snap action in here. You know, we're not going to get too many opportunities to use them. Chaff grenades. Again, they work how they did before. Snake still doesn't throw them very far. You can throw them farther, but not much farther. Deck D, cruise quarters. Oh!
Snake, wait! Don't move!
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives. If you trip the sensors...
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire
That doesn't
ship.
seem like a very
That
good
sounds about
security
right.
system.
There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without
Look forward to
setting
me
off these
chaff
explosives.
grenading a camera and
If you need to
immediately
see
getting
exactly
spotted
where
by
the
it
beams
again.
are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it
Yeah,
open
maybe-
and try
maybe that'll
scattering
happen
some of the
again.
extinguishing chemicals.
Where the game just lies and you're trying to use the mechanics you've learned and yet, you know, things just sort of happen anyway. Now, you might have noticed I got something there. I got the cardboard box. Does Otacon have anything to say about this?
Snake, that's the pantry where they keep the food supplies. Huh. Lots of cardboard boxes. You could probably use one to blend in and avoid being discovered.
Look at Snake looking around. All right, that's it. All right. Mm-hmm. You want a snack there, buddy? What are you doing? I don't want chaff grenade. I want...
Freeze.
There we go.
Are you going to shoot?
Yeah, I am. Now, you might be able to see it. I think there's a better look. But that flower says something very strange on it. It says, "This of good quality Fane flour, the flour. This issue still comes to mind now and then. Cake was baking in the oven and mother was making tea for us, net and packed in Jamaica." What does any of that mean? I don't know, but check it out. You've probably seen this. You've probably seen this somewhere before. This gets referenced a lot. This is the orange, much like we have the flower. And you can see there's more boxes of the orange there. And yeah, you can shoot these squash. I don't know why they have so many squash. The Fane flower also can be shot. Lots of little details. Oh no. That's not good. Snake seems to have caught a cold, which I mentioned we avoided in MGS1, but, well, we got one here. So one of the uses of the fire extinguisher is to reveal those laser traps, but I gotta get up here.
Freeze.
Yeah, you can see the laser traps over there.
Don't kill me.
Thank you. Yep, you don't want to cross those. They have so much squash you can't call them out of their gourd. It's true. It's true. Oh.
So it is the Kasaka. Russian choppers.
All right. So we're going to come up to one of the localization shenanigans. Again, I like the voice acting of this game in English. I think it's very, very good. but there is an effect that is going to be lost on you and was lost on me until I looked it up and I played it in Japanese and I went, oh yeah, that's neat. Oh, it's not quite yet. It's after this codec. My mistake.
Snake, did you find out where that ship is headed?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude, latitude around 58.
More than 500 miles off the coast of the Bermudas, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So the prototype is ready for solo testing. It's basically combat worthy. That area is outside the Second Fleet's operational range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment, without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the holds and locate the actual metal...
Alright, so here's what I was referring to. There's a lady out here. Look at that lady. Pretty mysterious, can't really see her. You're gonna hear her talk very soon. Yep. So in Japanese... Hey, Shalashaska. There's that.
Control room, communications, and engine room are
okay, so this is a very clearly Russian lady speaking. In Japanese, that voice was the same lady who voices Meryl.
Yes, they are all
and was basically saying her dialogue the same way Meryl does. So you're supposed to see this for a second and go, is that Meryl?
No, it's not over yet.
And that's why they're kind of hiding her face and being mysterious.
Death. I have a bad feeling about this mission.
I forgot how poofy her pants were.
Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild?
Yeah, we now know that her name is Olga, but it's supposed to be something to fake you out a little bit. It's weird that there was, and I understand them going the direction they did. I think her voice is good, but it's a little weird because it's a fake out that's just completely lost.
Hands over your head, now!
No, put your arms back down.
Slowly.
Put him back down. We don't need to see that texture detail.
Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
Vanessa Marshall. Voice of Olga Gorlukovich. Huh?
I said don't move.
Americans, so you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it.
I wonder if the fake out would even land, given how used to we are/were the same voice actors being used all the time. It definitely works better, yeah, in Japanese. They do that a couple more times in this game, but it's all of them are absent from the English localization. Again, I don't really mention this as a complaint, more of a additional insight.
Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean.
Bullet time! Bullet time!
And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot.
There are 3 or 4 Yuri Lowenthal's in Digital
no
Devil
gets
Saga.
lucky
He doesn't
twice
even use
either.
different inflection. Yeah, it's something that, again, it comes off a lot better just in the Japanese version. And I don't blame them for not having done it, but it is definitely weird. Hey, look, we've got a boss fight. And it's got a lot of stuff we can do. It's kind of like fighting Ocelot, but with some tricks and tactics. And now I have skipped a phase because she can't...
Since I was born.
No, she still says this, but... Normally she tries to shoot that to create cover, but we've just,
It's my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad and all.
we've just gotten rid of that.
I have no one, nothing except.
So yeah, she's kind of like fighting Ocelot,
Nothing else matters to me.
but also kind of easier because we can just sit here and lock on.
Whoever you are, you're not stopping us.
Does she? Yep, she's gonna try and blind us. Doesn't really do too much, and okay, there we go. Now here's an interesting thing: if we hide for too long, like back here, she has another attack she'll do eventually. I don't think she can find me. Olga, do you want to cooperate? Oh. Look at that. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this happen before. Oh, this is very silly. Well, she can throw a grenade at us. If she knows we're behind here, but she clearly doesn't, so... No. There we go. We'll just throw a grenade at her. We talk about how the most ridiculous thing... Oh. In this entire game, it's the world's foremost infiltration expert, genetically engineered and trained from birth to be the most capable operative ever. Can't use a computer. Yeah, Snake's... He's IQ 180, but you might not know it. You might not know it. Hey, get ready for another Super Smash Bros. Callback. It's the up B. Yeah, that's why he has that. Because of this cutscene. He never actually grabs onto it in the game, funny enough.
Cypher.
Tranks on Olga should have had an effect on the grandchild she's carrying. Yeah, should have had a pretty strong effect, but don't worry about that.
About their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man.
Who
Oh,
is he?
Sergei
Gurlukovich as, yep,
One of Ocelot's allies.
referenced by Ocelot at the end of MGS1.
The Gru Colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
We remember that.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now. It looked like the Cypher.
A Marine Cypher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So?
The sender of the tip was E.E.
E.E.?
Her name is Emma, but I always call her E.E.
Emma? Emmerich?
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know? I figured it was a coincidence, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's really no one out there who knows about her.
When was the last time you saw her?
Over 10 years ago.
You think it's a trap to lure us out here?
I don't know. After I got the tip, I did break into the Pentagon system to get confirmation.
So things are getting complicated
back,
early on.
Snake.
It took a while
Maybe
for
I
them to
screwed
get
up.
I've got a
wacky
light-equipped USP. I can take them on now.
in MGS1.
There's no
Now,
ammo,
right
but
off
it
the
takes a
bat.
9mm, just like the
Oh, we
Marines
got a
have.
lot of
I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much racket with that thing.
I hear you.
chefs in the kitchen. I don't know. Anyway. Let's. Olga's asleep. But let's shake her down a little bit. Olga Gerlukovich. Well, now would be as good a time as any to save because we just beat the first boss. That's what you do.
Oh, you need to save? Just a second.
After all of Liquid's genes talk, I wouldn't be surprised if No the Tranks made her smarter, though. Yeah, you know, you never know what's gonna make sense in these games. It's usually nothing.
Another Chinese
Speaking of
proverb.
nothing making
Those
sense.
who look to the heavens prosper. Those who defy it are no more. Do you know this one? The meaning here is... Hold on a sec. That you can only survive as long as you're a part of the natural order of things. You remember pre-ripped jeans? Manufacturers thought that just because people loved old, broken-in jeans, they would want to buy new jeans that looked old. So they purposefully...
What do jeans have to do with nature and order?
Denim should fray and rip on its own, naturally, right? Some designers tried to go against that, and no one bought them. The earnings report from that fiscal year is enough of a proof.
Earnings?